What if I told you that your brain has been hijacked right now? As you're watching this, your ability to focus, stay motivated, and even feel joy is being stolen from you quietly, invisibly, every single day. And the worst part is that you didn't even notice it happening. No. Suddenly, you picked up your phone, scrolled for no reason, opened YouTube, jumped between 5 videos, and felt this constant pressure, like your mind just can't stay still. Because the more dopamine your brain gets, the less it actually works for you. It stops chasing effort. It stops valuing discipline. It stops caring about long-term success, and you become trapped in a dopamine loop, needing constant hits, but feeling emptier every single day. But today, we start taking it back. Your brain has been chemically rewired by the modern world. You're sitting there, trying to build the life you know you deserve. A brain that's been hijacked by the modern world system, and it happens. It's about cutting the noise, the overstimulation, the constant flood of cheap dopamine, so your brain can heal, so you can feel joy and effort again. So focus becomes natural, discipline becomes automatic, and success becomes inevitable. Than you think. But your own brain feels like your worst enemy. You know what you should do. You know you want focus, growth, and discipline. But every time you start, it feels like dragging 500 pounds uphill. Social media, notifications, instant entertainment, food delivery. Dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical like most people think. It's your brain's motivation engine. It's the fuel that drives you toward goals, focus, discipline, and success. Everything around you is literally engineered to flood your brain with cheap dopamine over and over and over again. And suddenly, you need more to feel less. So your brain resets. How many times have you told yourself, "This is the day I change," only to end up on Instagram 20 minutes later, wondering how you even got there? Reset. You are literally fighting for control over your own mind. Focusing on anything hard, like studying, working out, building a business, or learning, starts feeling painful because your brain literally revolts. This is the reason. Your mind isn't broken. It's overloaded, not cheap instant pleasure. You are healing your brain. Clean your space. Practice deep breathing or work on a meaningful goal. Your brain will fight back. You'll feel restless, anxious. You'll reach for your phone without even thinking. Whether it's your business, your fitness, or your personal growth, it was a reward for effort, for hunting, building, learning. That's enough to keep going. The harder you push against it without fixing the chemistry, the worse it actually gets. Say to yourself, "I am someone who controls my mind," not the other way around. Tease because your brain's reward system is hijacked. And today, you're about to learn the truth about dopamine, why your brain feels broken, and exactly how to reset it for focus. Your dopamine baseline starts to reset. Your receptors stop begging for constant spike, and your brain starts rewarding effort, presence, and focus. Again, it's the fuel behind motivation, discipline, and purpose. Look around you. Look at your life. Every distraction, every notification, every endless scroll. You are someone who rewired your brain to take back control. The moment you realize that discomfort is the gateway to growth, you become unstoppable. Has one purpose: to steal your focus, to rent space in your mind. Are slaves to distraction, but not you, not anymore. To control your attention, clarity, and discipline. Think about this. When was the last time you tried to sit down, focus on just one task, and your brain immediately said, "From now on, I decide how my mind works." Without noise, no phone, no input, just sit, walk, or breathe. This rebuilds your focus muscle, and nothing feels exciting anymore unless it's fast, new, and easy. It's not your fault. It's not laziness. It's not your fault. It's not laziness. And that's the problem. Here's the science simplified. I am someone who controls my mind. I am not controlled by it. But when your brain is bombarded with cheap dopamine, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, sugar, Netflix, your dopamine receptors start getting desensitized. The result, you can't focus, you procrastinate, you feel tired but restless. And here's the part no one tells you, or life. Imagine this. Type a control my mind in the comments. Smash like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in day 2. This isn't a lack of motivation. It's not laziness. It's not discipline failure. It's a broken dopamine system. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Today, you start the detox. And a dopamine detox isn't about cutting joy from your life. And it starts right now. Here's what nobody tells you. Dopamine detox is not about cutting dopamine. It's about restoring balance, rewiring your brain back to its natural, powerful state. If you've ever wondered why you feel exhausted, but also restless, let's get brutally honest. Your brain evolved for survival. For 99.9% of human history, dopamine was rare. But today, dopamine is everywhere. Scroll, click, sugar, video, scroll again. Like, new, fast, easy, endless. This constant stream teaches your brain one thing: avoid hard things, chase easy hits. And the result is, think about it, it's not because you're weak. It's not because you lack discipline. This is why the old strategies don't work. Motivation fails. Willpower breaks. But once you fix the dopamine trap, everything changes. Here's the truth. Dopamine detox doesn't mean cutting all dopamine. It means eliminating artificial, cheap dopamine for a period. No social media, no Netflix, no video games, no YouTube binge. Except this series. No junk food, no endless scrolling. Delete the apps, turn off notifications, shut it all down. And if this sounds extreme, that's because it is. Now, what do you do instead? You engage in activities that feed long-term satisfaction. Read, walk in silence, journal, meditate. These activities aren't flashy. They won't flood your brain with spikes, but they rebuild your dopamine system the right way. Every time you choose boredom, silence, or effort over distraction. But let me warn you, good. That's the withdrawal. It's proof the detox is working. Every uncomfortable moment is a step toward freedom. And here's your secret weapon. Anchor yourself with micro habits. Use the 2-minute rule. Use a focus anchor. Pick one small thing to do whenever distraction hits, like breath work, stretching, or drinking water. Say the identity lock. This isn't just a detox. It's a declaration. You're teaching your brain. Take a second. But now, for the first time, you're unplugging. You are no longer a consumer of noise. You are the creator of your own mind. Let me explain what's happening inside your brain right now as you cut the flood of cheap dopamine. And this is huge, because dopamine isn't just about pleasure. It's about drive. When your dopamine system heals, suddenly, everything hard becomes possible. Focus stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like flow. By the end of today, you're not just someone who did a dopamine detox. And here's the truth nobody tells you, because most people. Here's how you lock this in. Daily silence. Spend 10 minutes every day. Effort before reward. Always do the hard thing first, because dopamine flows stronger when it follows effort. Digital boundaries. Reinstall apps if you want, but no notifications. No endless scrolling. You control the device, not the other way around. And finally, identity statement. Every morning, remind yourself. Let me leave you with this. If you can survive one day of silence, boredom, and discomfort, you can survive anything. And more than survive, you can thrive, because the person on the other side of this is focused, driven, disciplined, and unstoppable. This was day 1. Tomorrow, we go deeper into the next habit that reprograms your brain if you're committed. JustHabits, one habit can change everything.